Hello everybody, welcome again. As you can see, some things have changed. I mean, if you noticed it, cool. If you didn't, that's also cool. Life goes on. Anyway, so welcome again. Today we're going to be talking about a show called Midnight Mass. It's a Netflix limited series. It's not something I usually watch, but somebody asked me to do it as a request, like, watch it, review it. So it's just a heads up to everyone. I take requests. If you have anything you want me to review, if you want me to watch it, just please let me know. Use the comment section. I've been saying it since. Please comment. Okay, appreciate, comment, and try and get into it. So without further ado, let's get into Midnight Mass. Okay, so before I get started on the show, I would like to say, like I said, it was a request, but it wasn't like as if I was oblivious to the show. I knew about the show, but it's not something I usually watch, just because of my own personal preference about some things. It's not something I like to watch. I saw the trailer and right off the bat I knew this is not something I want to even delve into, but because it was a request, I was like, do you know what, it's fine, let's do this. And so I wouldn't be typically reviewing it the way I usually do. I wouldn't review it the way I typically do. I would like to review it in two ways. My normal way, that's just talking about everything about the show, and then I also want to talk about the message I got from the show. So yeah, that's how this is going to go. So let's get started. So Midnight Mass is about this town called Crockett Island. It's an island, but it's also a very small town, and you know how small towns go. It's shot from different perspectives, or should I say, we see the island from different people's points of view, and one of them is Riley Flynn. He's a man that grew up in the island, and eventually when he grew up, he left the island, but unfortunately he got into some things, and he got into an accident, a drunken accident, and killed a girl. Went to jail for 4 years, and after that he decided, the world likely would not want to see my face again, so he just went back home, just probably to start afresh, to see what life has in store for him after all that went on in the past 4 years of his life. From the way we see things, he hated the place, and going back was not the thing he wanted. That was not his best solution, but it was his only solution to life. And it's not like as if the island in and of itself is bad. I mean, it has its quirks, but it's just a typical small town, just with the regular people who probably are, all up in your business. I mean, they're a small town. They're not up to, they said their population is in dozens, so probably around between 96 and 100 or something. So everyone knows everyone there. The thing that I think is really, really unique about the island is the fact that they have this strong affinity and affection for their local priest, the priest of their local church. His name is Monsignor Pruitt. He's an 80-year-old man, and he basically lived and served his whole life on the island. So they decided to give him a gift and allow him to go on pilgrimage for a certain time. But he didn't come back as at the time he was supposed to, and instead he was replaced by a younger priest called Father Paul Hill. And this man explained to them that Monsignor Pruitt will not be able to come as early or at the time that they expected, because he had fallen ill, and he will be replacing him instead until further notice. So it's at this time that this seemingly boring small town started experiencing some very incredible things that they had never experienced before, and it truly changed the course of their entire lives. Yeah. So going into the show, like I said, I already knew this is not something that I would normally watch, because me, based on the way I rate, you can tell I value my time. And if it's something that I'm going to walk away and be like, why did I just waste 8 to 10 to 12 to 24 to 36? Yeah, I go hard like that. But why did I waste so much time of my life just watching this? But surprisingly, what I expected to come out of this show, I didn't get that. It was surprisingly very entertaining. Like, entertainment wise, I really enjoyed it. I thought I was going to just, power through it. Like, I'm just going to binge it and just get it over with, the headache that it is. But it wasn't. It really was very entertaining. I like the way the story was told. Like I said, it's told from different points of views, or rather we see some very important characters like Riley Flynn, also one of his friends, his school, like, what do you call them, friends he knew when he was younger, high school friends or something like that. She also came back to the island. She was a very important character. She was also part of the island as well, then left and came back. I forgot her name. 1 minute. Yes, her name was Erin. So Erin was also very important in the whole story because it was told from her point of view as well. There was also a doctor, Dr. Sarah. She was also very vital in the community, being the only doctor that they had. And so all these characters, minus, they were the main characters, but aside from them, the other characters were very, very much they were very interesting. They were intriguing. They actually kept you involved in the story. Oh, there were also other main characters like the Father Paul Hill and one of his the people that were helping him, assisting him in the church. Her name was Beverly King. That woman is single-handedly like the top, I'm not even exaggerating, but she's like the top 5 most evil people I've ever watched. I'm not exaggerating. This woman was self-righteous, condescending, conniving, and the worst part is that she felt all these things were right. Like, she felt she had a reason to do them, and she was just pure irritation. And the actor did it well. She did it well. So seeing the island from all these people's point of view, it was really, it kept you coming back for more. And like I said, even the other minor characters as well were very pivotal in the story. And that's the story, just as it kept unfolding, because it was a mystery, it was a thriller, and it was part horror. So as it kept unfolding, it actually called you to look at it. The way it was unfolding, it wasn't those kind of mysteries where they just give you like a fraction of everything and then you're just like hooked and like, oh no, but that doesn't explain this. It was revealing it in such a way that your mind felt like, at least my mind felt like life, or like, oh wow, I don't know if that's how mysteries are, but a lot of times when something is mystery or thriller, they're usually just revealing things in a slow way, and it's just like, and it's irritating. It's like, but that doesn't explain this, so what's going on here? But with this one, it was just, it was almost like a flower that was budding, and I really enjoyed it. And I also like the way everything just wrapped up, because honestly, with everything, with the way it unfolded, with the mystery and just how each character was so unique and so strange. If it had ended any other way, I'm trying not to give away spoilers, but if it had ended any other way, I personally would be I would be very, very uncomfortable. The show was a thriller, but it was also a little bit fantastic because there was like a creature in it, which I've never seen a creature like that in my life, and I hope that doesn't exist, because that is the stuff of nightmares. That's what, if it hadn't ended the way it did, that's what would have kept. I probably won't be able to sleep without the light. Even till now, sometimes I look through my window and I'm like, am I seeing two glowing eyes right now? Like, sometimes that happens to me. So all this to say, for someone that doesn't typically get into these kind of shows, it was thoroughly entertaining and very, very much engaging. And as a show, as an entertainment, kudos. Very much enjoyable, very much bingeable. I really enjoyed it. Now I want to talk about what I got from the show, because I don't want to say what the show was talking about. I don't want to say that what I got out of it is what they were trying to portray. But this is just my own personal view on it. It really hit home for me because it took I personally, as a Christian, it took my belief system and it twisted and contorted it in such a way that any typical Christian will know this is not Christianity in any way. And I seriously pray and hope that people that have never really been exposed to Christianity aside from the media, I hope that they don't think so. They don't think this is how Christianity is. I mean, Hollywood and media have always found a way to twist and contort just the way Christianity is. And I just really hope people don't think that is how it is. I mean, they looked to him more than they actually looked to God. And I think that was where the problem lied. The fact that they just thought this man was so much better than them, so much more holier than them, that whatever he said must be exactly what God wanted them to do. Rather than them going to the Bible themselves and actually reading the Bible for themselves and making sure that what he was saying was coherent with what the Bible was saying. Like, they failed to see that he's just an ordinary man like them, and he was even being influenced by a dark creature, and even somebody around him was just feeding him. He was hiding behind this position. I mean, who looks at this kind of creature and thinks, oh, this is an angel of God? Like, who does that? Something that dwells in darkness, something that was literally afraid of light, something that is basically a vampire. Like, it was just really sad because they failed to see that, and he was just hiding behind that position that he had. Even a lot of times when he felt as though, you know, he was actually seeing that some of the things he was doing was wrong, rather than actually put a stop to it, he was allowing these things to feed him, and he was even addicted himself to what he was getting from this creature, and also using the scripture to twist and tort and you know, twist and distort people's minds, and even his mind, like, you know, using end time like verses from Revelation. The Bible is such a very complex book. You can't just look at it in one light. It's written across different timelines with different literary writings. So some of them are almost poetic, and some of them are very much literal. They are not the same. You can't use them in the same way, and that's why it's very important. True Christians know you can't just approach the Bible like that. First of all, you have to pray, because it's God that will really open your mind to seeing the truth. I mean, he is the author of the book, so obviously the author knows exactly what he wants the readers to digest. So that's why it's very important. You don't just approach the Bible like that. Especially Beverly King. She was just going ham. I mean, this woman is telling me that vampires are going to be people. That's what people are going to be, vampires, and in the end times. It was really disheartening seeing how they were just twisting Bible and the Bible. That's why it was, you know, I just was like, I have to just detach myself, because this is obviously not Christianity in any way. You know, one of the things I really saw from this show is the fact that at the end of the day, human beings are not perfect. Like, everyone is messed up, and even Father Paul himself showed it. He said that he was bringing a miracle into their town, but he really wasn't. He was being selfish. He just wanted more time spent with his former lover and their child. Dr. Sarah was actually his child, and he had an affair with her mom, but because he was a priest, nobody could know about it. So they hid that secret. They kept the secret from the entire town, and she grew up as another man's child. So he felt like, you know, now that he's younger, this was the perfect opportunity to establish this relationship with a child that he couldn't grow up and to hug. So he was actually just being selfish with his intentions. And he quoted it as, I'm bringing a miracle to the entire town. And he did this without their knowledge. By the time that they knew about it, they were already too far gone. And it was so disheartening and sad. Like, this is why, like, really, human beings, people are just messed up. It was really sad that at the end of the day, this man's intention just destroyed an entire town. I mean, all of them died except 2 people. All of them. And it wasn't supposed to be like that. It was really painful. Really. That's why it's very important. You yourself, when you're doing something, think about it. Like, why am I doing this? Please don't harm people in your attempts to, I don't know, make up for lost time or get whatever you want. It's just really sad. I felt very sad at the end of the show. It was really painful. In the end, when I was thinking about rating it, I mean, at first I would have thought I would just say it was just a complete waste of time. But looking at it based on the entertainment I got from it, I really enjoyed it, and I think that anybody that would want to watch it can watch it. I personally would never watch it again. I mean, after watching it, I was so tired of hearing the word blood. Like, I never wanted to hear or see that word again. Like, it was said so many times, you know. But but in general, though, it was entertaining. So I thought I was going to just be put off by it, but it was surprisingly enjoyable, and I would say it is totally binge worthy. So if you want to watch it, please just go check it out. It's on Netflix. It's a limited series. So thank you so much for watching. Once again, I take requests. Please let me know. Okay, comment. I don't know why it is. You don't have my number, but you have the comment section. Comment. Thank you very much. So please like, please comment, please share, please subscribe, and as always, I wish each and every one of you wellness in every single area of your lives. Bye. And don't be a vampire. It's not good.